Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Bleeding Edge. It's been a little while since my last one, but today we're jumping back in to talk about something pretty exciting. Of course, following the release of the game, there have already been various updates, and even the introduction of Meko, another incredibly cool character. We even did a guide for that one, so if you missed that, you can find it over on the channel. But today we're back because it's time to talk about AZRAEL, a brand new melee support character. I also want to give a massive shout out to Ninja Theory for very kindly sponsoring this video, and most importantly, giving me access to AZRAEL ahead of the drop next week. So let's not waste any time and let's see what this new augmented anti-hero has to offer. As mentioned, AZRAEL is a new addition to the support roster, bringing the total now up to 5, and he has a rather unique playstyle that quite honestly is a good fit for people that don't often play support. His support abilities hinge on his aggression. The more he attacks, the better his healing. Pair that with his ability to get in and out of combat at the drop of a hat, and he really is quite a formidable addition to any team. Plus, AZRAEL looks like he could quite happily hold his own in either a Devil May Cry game or Deus Ex, so he's kind of got that going for him too. In short, he's a pretty cool guy. Starting off with your basic abilities, AZRAEL has his wing spurs. With this, you will slice and stab your enemies with bladed wings. This is a fast attacking combo that is great for inflicting rapid damage. However, what's more, for every hit, you apply a stack of Soul Eater to your enemy. With Soul Eater stacked on an enemy, it deals damage over time, whilst simultaneously healing you in the process. The maximum number of stacks is 5, so it's pretty easy to max out, and subsequent attacks will then refresh the stacks. So provided you keep the pressure up, it's pretty easy to maintain optimal Soul Eater uptime, which is incredibly important because you don't have any means to actively heal yourself. You don't just have like a move that you can just drop and heal yourself for a big chunk. You do need to heal through your Soul Eater stacks, so basically be aggressive. Additionally, on top of that, you also have your glide ability, which allows you to gracefully float throughout the air. It does expend stamina, but it's a great way to either cover ground or escape from elevated locations. Now, turn attention to your special abilities. There are 3 for you to choose from here. The first one is Portal, and I absolutely love this move. With this, it spawns a pair of portals that both you and your teammates can travel through. Upon casting the portal, it's always done as a pair, so you don't have to worry about casting one and then the other. That also means the distance between them is typically fixed. However, you can hold down the input and move around to determine where you want them to be placed. The nice thing about this move though is just how quick it is to drop, so if you're in trouble, you can very easily get out. But likewise, if you are pursuing a fleeing enemy, you could also very quickly use it to get in front of them. So it is incredibly versatile and will become a key part of your survival as this character. You then have the Guardian Angel. With this, you can nominate a teammate, and provided they stay in range, they will gain continual healing from you. Furthermore, the healing is improved for every stack of Soul Eater that you have active. So AZRAEL to me falls into that kind of lazy healer category, and I mean that in a good way. Healers for people that don't normally like healing. With Guardian Angel, you can throw it on someone and continue to attack, continue to be aggressive, and know that you're helping out, without too heavily having to focus on who to heal next. Then after that, you have Void Wave. This sends out a wave of void energy that can penetrate walls, but it also returns to you afterwards, meaning you can catch enemies both on the way out and on the way back. What's more, when you damage an enemy with this, it also applies a stack of Soul Eater, so you can use it to top up the stacks. Furthermore, if you hit an enemy with the return strike, it will also slow them, which means it's great to use against fleeing enemies. Then finally, turning our attention to AZRAEL's 2 supers, both incredibly cool and very different. The first one is Wing Blast. This one unleashes a huge gust of wind that pushes enemies back and slows them briefly. This is without question an incredible move to use when trying to defend a point or keep the enemy at bay. You can also use it to push the enemy into hazards and to their doom if you're lucky. Alternatively, you have Chrysalis, a very cool move that both offers defensive and offensive properties. When activated, you'll go into a Chrysalis and begin healing over time. After 4 seconds, if the Chrysalis is not destroyed, it will explode, dealing damage to those around you. Furthermore, if a teammate is in trouble, if you instead double tap the super button, provided you're standing close to a teammate, you will also protect them too, allowing you to keep them alive at the last minute. This is a great move not only for survival, but also to force the enemy away. When you enter this mode, the enemy team are forced to either run or stop what they're doing and just target you to stop it exploding. So it is a great distraction tool on top. So as you can now begin to see, AZRAEL is a great and very different addition to the support roster, allowing you to play offensively whilst still supporting your team. The true definition of a good offense being the best defense. Also, a great choice if you typically play more with the assassin or DPS roles. It's actually quite a seamless transition to pick up a character like AZRAEL after being so heavily invested in like DPS style characters. So definitely give him a shot. Anyway, that's it for this video, but be sure to keep it locked towards the end of this week if you want a closer look at some of the other stuff coming in next week's update, including the long-awaited rework for Makutu.